Amanda Jonas going to jump for Bedford. Addie Smith will do the honors for the Cardinals. And BG wins the tip. Down into the corner goes Erin Carney. Back to Muchmore. Her layup is no good. Isabella King with the rebound, has a little space in the middle of the court. And now slows down, pulls out her dribble, gets it to the point guard, Allie Morgan. And she sets up the offense. There's a pass into the post. Nice play. Jonas finds King, and Bedford leads 2-0.
That was a nice look from Amanda Jonas. She found a cutting Isabella King for the easy deuce. Finished nicely with her left hand. Looks like Emma Rosenbaum picked up a foul there.
BG is going to go to the line. Bree Wilcox will shoot 2. First free throw rattles in. We want to welcome in the listeners who are joining us on Nashua ETV, the viewers and listeners, as we simulcast tonight. And Wilcox makes both free throws, so we're tied at 2. There's a steal with that full court press. Muchmore kicks it out. And there's a pass into the paint that's knocked away. Sophie Mumpini onto the ground, picks it up, gets it to Morgan. Pass ahead to Rosenbaum, one dribble. She gathers herself and scores. Bedford leads 4-2.
And we saw that pressure come right out. BG got the turnover they were looking for. Couldn't quite finish on the offensive end, but that's the high-paced style that they're looking for.
Double team at the free throw line. There's a jump ball. And BG will inbound it from underneath the basket.
That was nice composure by senior captain Emma Rosenbaum to finish on that break, too. Caught a long pass, gathered herself, and made a nice finish.
So Bedford has possession. Amanda Jonas passes it towards half court. Mumpini grabs it, and she's fouled in the action. That's Muchmore with the reach in. That's her first foul. Bedford leading 4-2 early here in the first quarter. Jonas inbounding from half court. She throws it into the backcourt to Emma Rosenbaum. She gets it to Morgan. And Bedford will set the offense again. BG playing half-court man-to-man now. Rosenbaum on the right wing gets it to King. Give and go is intercepted by Bree Wilcox.
Good steal there.
Muchmore gets it ahead to Carney, and her little runner goes in. That was an acrobatic shot, and it ties the game at 4. Now King gets it out of the double team across to Mumpini. She finds Rosenbaum. She shoots from deep. It's good. That's a 3. Emma Rosenbaum with 5 quick points, and Bedford leads 7-4.
Saw a little daylight, pulled the trigger, and buried it.
That was nice. She didn't rush it either. She just gathered herself and fired away. Bedford going with the half-court zone now. A 2-3 look. BG gets it to the elbow. Now a skip pass to Aria O'Connell. Now back to the paint, and it's Addie Smith with a little mid-range jumper. Now it's 7-6 Bedford. Allie Morgan dealing with a double team, and they say it went off of her. So BG picks up another turnover.
So 2 turnovers off of that full court trap. They're in that 3-2 look, or a 3-1-1, looking to trap the inbound pass and trying to get that turnover as quickly as possible. You saw the second time there.
Dribble handoff to Addie Smith, and that pass gets deflected.
Good D by Emma Rosenbaum, getting her hand in the passing lane there, deflected it out. But it's BG ball.
The officials are conferencing now. Clock is stopped with 5:39 to play in the first quarter. Bedford with the early edge, 7-6. BG has been Bedford's nemesis in recent years. So they're looking at this as a real, true litmus test early in the season. Inbounded to Bree Wilcox for 3. That's off the mark. Fight for the rebound in the paint, and it's going to be another jump ball. This time it'll go to BG.
A little bit of a scramble there. Bedford bounced back into a man-to-man there, and they lost Bree Wilcox up top, who was open for that 3. Couldn't convert it, but had the open look.
Ball inbounded.
Oh, that's going to be a backcourt.
That is a backcourt. Carney couldn't control it and lost it over the mid-court stripe, and Amanda Jonas is going to inbound it for Bedford on the far side. Bedford going right to left on your radio dial, wearing their home whites. Allie Morgan surveys, dribbling with her left, gets it in the left corner to King. Back to Morgan. She breaks down her man, driving to the hole. Layup no good. And ball deflects out of bounds. It's going to be BG ball.
She got that quick first step, Allie Morgan. Went to her left hand but couldn't finish the layup. Nice move, just couldn't convert.
Aaron Carney crosses the timeline. Gets it to Wilcox on the right wing. Skip pass to O'Connell on the left wing. Quick passing here by the Cardinals. There's a three on the right wing for Wilcox off the mark. Rebound to O'Connell in the paint. Nowhere to go with Jonas right in front of her. And Jonas steals it, but her foot is on the line. So BG will check that. They are going to give it to Bedford. Looks like O'Connell must have stepped out with her hand on the ball. Full court press results in another turnover. That's 3. And there's a drive along the baseline by Carney, blocked out by Jonas.
And Jonas stayed with it there, got her hand up and rejected that layup try. Ball out of bounds to BG.
Inbound to Addie Smith at the top of the key. She spins on Jonas. Underneath, little righty scoop, no good, but Jonas can't control the rebound, and BG will have it again.
That was a nifty move by Addie Smith there. Dribbled a little bit to the left, spun back to her right, couldn't convert the layup, but that was good footwork from the taller player from the BG side.
She would serve as their center. Now Bedford gives up a drive into the paint, and it's a blocking foul. That one's going to go.
That one's on Emma Rosenbaum, her second of the game. And Aria O'Connell's going to go to the line for 2.
Her first one is long and to the right. She'll need the second one if BG is to tie this game at 7. Just about at the halfway point here in the first quarter. Second shot is up and good, so we are tied at 7 as O'Connell goes 1 for 2 at the line. King is trapped and pushed.
Draws a foul by Bree Wilcox.
And that is her second foul. Check that, it is her first. They've just updated the scoreboard. Morgan with a skip pass to Rosenbaum. She gets over half court. Now King at the left elbow. Jumper just long. Mumpini with the rebound. Nice little pass to King. Her layup is short. It bounces out. It's going to be Bedford ball.
Great hustle there by Safia Mumpini, getting that offensive board. She found Isabella King cutting down the lane.
King has it on the left wing. Gets it to Mumpini at the top of the key. She looks. Tries to get Morgan in the right wing. It does eventually find her. Now Jonas from the right corner. Long shot, no good. Ball knocked out. Bedford will have it again.
I'm not sure that's Jonas's shot right there with that mid-range jumper. She's very nifty under the basket. Can hit a couple of them around the foul line, but not sure that was the shot selection Coach Gibbs was looking for.
There's another long shot, this time from Morgan, just off the mark. Once again, it bounces out, this time into the BG bench. Bedford will inbound from there. It'll be Jonas. 3:50 to play here in the opening quarter. Bedford and BG tied at 7. Ball tipped out of Morgan's hands, but Bedford will be able to inbound at half court.
Yeah, aggressive D by Aaron Carney there. Got a nice hand in. Got the ball moving around. But that tip's going to make it Bedford ball, and same thing on an inbounds pass from Amanda Jonas. She had King cutting under the basket, but again, another nice hand in the passing lane by Bree Wilcox to tip it out.
Number 51 has just checked in for BG, and she's not on their roster. Perhaps she's on the JV roster. Coach Creek was very pleasant with us pregame. He didn't tell us he was going to throw these curveballs at us.
Yeah.
He was helping us with pronunciations, and now he's going off the roster.
He's killing us there. So this is a rather tall player. Maybe that's Kyla Pascucci.
She just attempted a shot. It was blocked by Jonas. So we'll see if we can sort that out here In the meantime, still tied at 7. BG trying to inbound it. They finally do. Bree Wilcox has it. Now Addie Smith at the top of the key, watched by Jonas. Bedford playing man-to-man. Nice help defense from Mompini. Gets the steal, and there's a foul on Addie Smith. So Mompini really playing aggressively here early, getting loose balls. Draws the first foul on Addie Smith. Jonas with the long inbounds pass to half court, stolen by Addie Smith. Now Carney has it on the right wing. Muchamore gets it into the paint to number 51. Lefty hook shot, no good. Rebound to Rosenbaum. Now Morgan pushing the pace. King from the right corner. Three is good.
Buried it. Again, saw that daylight. Pulled the trigger with her lefty. Beautiful shot. Got the nice rotation. Nothing but net.
10-7. Bedford leads here. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Skip pass to Bree Wilcox. She shoots for 3. No good. Number 51 rebounds it. Bounce pass to Muchamore in the paint, and that's good. Nice interior pass. Muchamore gets her first basket. 10-9 Bedford. A lot of contact there, but ball goes to BG. No whistle, and there's a whistle now on Jonas. Number 51 for BG got in close, and Jonas hacked her to prevent the layup, and she's going to go to the line for 2.
I'm going to guess this is Megan Stack, number 51. She's the other 6-footer on the Girton roster. She's listed as number 33 as she buries the first free throw of 2, but we're going to have to get confirmation on that.
Okay. Very logical deduction there. We'll go with that. Megan Stack at the line for second of 2. She's shooting left-handed. That one is good. So she's 2 for 2 at the line. BG takes the lead now, 11-10. 2.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Bedford breaks the press this time. Rosenbaum gets it back to Morgan, top of the key. She's driving to her right. Kicks out to Jonas. Baseline jumper is good. There's that mid-range jumper, Corey, you were talking about.
That's more of her shot. Had her feet set, took the pass from Allie Morgan, was able to knock that one down.
Muchamore swings it to the left.
Number 2, Maisie Barker has checked in for Bishop Girton for Erin Carney.
She's playing pass right now with Muchamore. Ball goes to the corner. Now Addie Smith gets it at the block. Once again, stolen by Mompini. Tries to get it to Morgan. Morgan finally picks it up. And now she'll cross midcourt. King gets it on the left wing. And Megan Stack reaches in. And she's called for the foul. Trying to get a view at the scoreboard. We're partially blocked here to see how many team fouls that is.
So 5 on Bedford and 3 on Bishop Girton.
Allie Morgan set to inbound it from the left corner. And she can't find anybody, and it's stolen by O'Connell. Now Smith gets it ahead to Carney. Back to Smith. And Barker gathers. Addie Smith on the right wing, watched by Isabella King. Gets it to O'Connell, dribbling left. Now Carney looking into the post, swings it right. Now they get it into the post. It's Stack, blocked by Jonas, and Jonas gets the rebound. Now here comes Allie Morgan. Splitting a double team, she gets fouled. And let's see if that's number 2 on Stack. Nope, they're gonna give that one to Maisie Barker. That's her first foul.
Good D right there by Amanda Jonas. Kept her hands straight up in the air. The offensive player turned into her Megan Stack. And Jonas got the block and then the rebound. Was able to get back into transition, get the ball moving.
Freshman Sydney Grogan checking in for Bedford. And we've got an over and back on the inbounds as Jonas tried to get it to Pennick. Catherine Pennick is in the ball game as well. Grogan replaced Emma Rosenbaum, who has 5 points for Bedford, along with Isabella King. They're leading the charge offensively. Now, BG gets into the paint, and it's a lefty scoop up and in by Erin Carney. BG now with a 1-point lead here with 1 minute to go in the first quarter, 13-12. Jonas called for a double dribble right at half court. So once again, BG causing a turnover with their full court press.
That's 5 by my unsophisticated count, Andrew. That up-tempo style, they're looking for those turnovers. Bedford has fallen into it a couple of times here.
Barker in the left wing gets it to the left corner. Now Carney kicks it to O'Connell in the right corner. Back up top to Barker. She's watched by Allie Morgan.
BG's trying to overload the 2-3 zone here. They're getting it down to the baseline and then looking for the cutter from the foul line.
They get an open three. It's no good. Pennick with the rebound. That was Aria O'Connell with the miss. Jonas brings it across half court. Hands it off to Morgan. Pull up three. High and good. Allie Morgan with her first points of the night. Bedford's third three-pointer of the first quarter. 14 seconds to go here. Bedford in the zone. Now 8 seconds to go. Addie Smith has it in the paint. Her shot is blocked by King. They're going to call a foul. Looked like a lot of ball. But Isabella King gets that whistle. It's her first foul. It'll send Addie Smith to the line. BG's senior center. First free throw is good. Emma Kazajanski checks in for Isabella King to get a little breather here.
Probably trying to prevent that second foul with 5 seconds left. Doesn't want to get a cheapie.
Second free throw is good by Addie Smith. And Jonas goes for the long pass. It's over Pennick's head. Goes all the way to the end of the court and out of bounds.
And that's going to come back to BG's offensive end here, as nobody touched it.
And it took a while for that to develop, but the officials communicated what you saw, Corey, that it was not tipped. So Bedford or BG will inbound to our right. 5.1 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Addie Smith looking, gets it to Muchmore. Guarded by Morgan, she's hurrying to get a shot off. Ball goes out of bounds underneath the basket with 0.2 seconds on the clock. Muchmore had it knocked out of her hands by Sydney Grogan as she was trying for an acrobatic layup.
Yeah, good help defense by Sydney Grogan. Slid across the lane, got a hand in. BG will see if they can get a tap, and it won't go. So we end as a tie at the end of the first quarter, 15-15. That's an exciting first quarter.
8 minutes in, and these two Division I powers for New Hampshire NHI AA basketball are tied. And Corey, we expected BG to press, and they did throughout that quarter, and they tried to speed up Bedford, and it worked. You know, Bedford had a handful of turnovers there. I'd say they're fortunate to be tied with all those turnovers.
I would agree. You know, those 5 turnovers early in the first half, it was surprising. A couple of them came from their senior leaders, whether it was a full court pass over the head of a teammate or getting doubled in the corner and not being able to get out of it. I think Coach Gibbs is looking for a little bit more composure out of his team and trying to handle that full court pressure. Bedford
Was successful on the offensive end with three-point shooting. Emma Rosenbaum hit the first for Bedford. Isabella King hit one, and Allie Morgan did as well. So 9 of Bedford's 15 points coming on three-pointers.
Yeah, whereas BG has been making their money at the line. They've gone, looks like, let's see, 7 of 8 from the line. So instead of relying on the long ball, they've been getting to the charity stripe and converting their free throws.
Yeah, so we'll have to keep an eye on the foul situation. Bedford currently with 6 team fouls.
Yeah, I have 5 team fouls for BG, and our scoreboard says only 3. So
I think it might be backwards, because
okay.
I had 6 team fouls for BG. So I think it is reversed. BG with 6 team fouls, Bedford with 3. So 1 more foul from BG, and Bedford should be shooting here for the rest of the first half. So as we get start for the second quarter here, Bedford will inbound on the far sideline. Again, Bedford going right to left on your radio dial in the home whites.
Red numbers, black trim. BG's wearing their away green with white numbers and a little gold outline.
Officials are conferencing with the scoreboard operator. Well, as we have a minute, we can remind you that if you're watching in Bedford, we do have HD capability now. If you turn to channel 1072 on Comcast, you can watch the game in HD. Game also will continue to be available on channel 23 Thank you again to our viewers in Nashua on Nashua ETV. And we're underway here in the second quarter. Jonas misses a short one, gets her own rebound, misses again, and King can't keep it in bounds, so BG will take over.
Coach Creek came out with a 1-3-1 half-court trap there. That was an interesting wrinkle that we haven't seen quite yet. We'll see if that continues.
BG back with their starting five. Bedford doing the same. Muchmore has it in the left corner. Now it's back up top to Kearney. Wilcox on the right wing, skips it across the zone. Muchmore kicks it out to Kearney for three, and that's good.
Got it.
Strong passing there by the Cardinals against the zone. And they're ahead by three. Morgan working with King to break the press. King does. Gets it to Mumpini in the right corner. She's got a little lane. Ooh. Her runner's in and out. BG with the rebound.
It's halfway down. Nice little runner, but
at least.
Took a bad bounce and popped right out.
Kearney fakes the three this time and drives. Scores with her right on the left side. And Bedford with a quick timeout.
Yeah, Coach Gibbs can't be pleased with that start of the second quarter here. You know, BG came out with a little wrinkle, that 1-3-1. They're trying to get up tempo. Had an open look, couldn't finish it. And then down on the offensive end, I think he's probably more displeased at his defense than his offense. Given an easy three-point look and then a layup to go down by 5 quickly in that second quarter here.
Yeah, Kearney had a nice pump fake on that three-pointer that time, and Bedford bit, and she did the rest with an open lane.
Yeah, certainly that previous shot helps open that up, right? You bury one three-pointer, they're going to start looking for that. So you give the pump fake, get that quick step by, and hope the defense doesn't recover.
So Jonas will inbound now, and it's off the hand of Rosenbaum.
Good steal there by King.
But Morgan steals it right back. Ahead to King on the left side, and one. So Bedford fortunate there after the turnover. Morgan stole it back quickly, and nice heads-up pass to King, who scored on the left side with the and one.
Good catch, dribble, caught her balance, went up, took the hit, and cashed. Old-fashioned three-point play for Isabella King. Nice play.
She made the free throw. So now it's a two-point game. BG leading 20-18. 6:40 to play here in the first half. BG has it on the perimeter. Aria O'Connell now in the right corner, gets it to Wilcox. She dribbles to the top of the key. Back to O'Connell, Muchmore.
That's a good
Smith
look.
Swings it over to Kearney on the far side. Her three is off the mark. Morgan comes up with the rebound, tries to get ahead to Mumpini, goes too far and out of bounds.
You know, Morgan made a nice play to check back in on that defensive rebound. Look for Mumpini in transition, just a little over her outstretched hand.
BG will inbound. Down two, as we've got some young fans pestering one of the coaches for BG.
Yeah, I have to say Addie Smith made a great look backside there. They got into the paint. She turned, found the open jump shooter on the backside that last possession. Couldn't knock it down, but here's Bree Wilcox hitting that 10-footer from the baseline.
Once again, BG with some strong passing against that zone. Now their lead is 4 after that jumper from Wilcox. Pass ahead is deflected into the stands by Muchmore. Bedford will inbound from the far corner.
Let's see if they transition back out of this 1-3-1 half-court trap as they get in a more settled situation.
Brooke Paquette checks in for BG, as does Megan Stack.
It looks like they're in man here.
Lob into Jonas in the paint. She gets it. Her layup is no good. Rosenbaum fighting for the rebound. She's gone to the ground now, and it's going to be another jump ball.
It's good hustle by the senior captain, Rosenbaum.
BG has possession on this jump ball. And they get started here with 5.5 to play in the first half. Cardinals leading the Bulldogs 22-18. There's Stack in the paint. She gets to her left, misses. Ooh. Nice one-handed rebound from Jonas. Gets it to Morgan. She walks it across half court. Now dribbling to her right, through her legs. Crossover through the legs. Uses a pick from Mumpini. Now gets it to Mumpini. And her pass is deflected and stolen. Much more up ahead to Carney. Her layup is just off the mark. Morgan with the rebound. She pushes ahead. Pass to King is stolen. It's Mushmore coming this way to Wilcox. Left-handed layup is good.
There's some frantic action here. Now they're back into their full court press.
Jonas with another baseball pass. Mumpini catches it this time, but her pass to Rosenbaum is stolen by Muchmore. She's got some open court. Her jumper is off, and Morgan walks it up.
Yeah, Coach Gibbs has to be concerned with the turnovers here. There's several unforced errors here. You know, Bedford's succumbing to the pressure a little bit too much for what he's expecting.
Mumpini missed a three, and BG working it offensively, try to get it into the post, and there's a foul in the post play on Jonas.
Yeah, just reached over the top a little too strong there. Bump stack, and that'll be another team foul. That's Jonas's second, I believe.
Addie Smith checking back in as BG goes with both of their bigs. Carney has it at the top of the key now, watched by King. She's dribbling to her left. Bounce pass to Muchmore for three. It's good from the left corner.
Yeah, she didn't have much daylight there, but that was a good shot by Hannah Muchmore.
Bedford breaks the press this time. Rosenbaum slows it up. Grogan has it on the left wing. Dribble handoff to Morgan, out by half court. Gibbs calls out the play. Morgan drives to her left, gets it to Jonas. Turnaround, just long. BG with the rebound. It's Carney, and she pulls it up, gets it to Muchmore at the top of the key. Bounce pass into Stack. Spin move, no good. Jonas with another rebound. And now Morgan pushes with her left. Around the back dribble to the top of the key. Dribble handoff to Jonas. She gets it back to Morgan. And Morgan's fouled on the drive. That'll be on the floor.
I was just about to compliment Brooke Paquette on some really good defense there in the beginning of that possession, but she picks up the foul there as it gets back to Morgan. And Morgan will go to the line for a 1-and-1 as BG is over the limit.
Bedford only one free throw attempted so far today. It was Isabella King on that three-point play. So Morgan catches her breath amid these substitutions. Now she's set for the front end of the 1-and-1. It's good. Morgan now with 4 points. Bedford trailing by 8.
Yeah, that lead seems to have crept up there. Almost a sneaky lead that's all of a sudden materialized.
Bedford trying to keep it close here. Morgan's second shot is long, so the deficit is still 8 with 3 minutes to play in the first half. Addie Smith gets it to Muchmore in the corner. They get it back to Addie Smith in the post. Turnaround no good. Here comes Morgan. She gets to her right, little fall away.
Ooh, tough
good
shot. Tough shot. Little crossover dribble to her right hand, a little follow away across the baseline, and got a nice bounce, but that was a tough shot.
Morgan has 6. Bedford trails by 6. There's a foul in the paint. Addie Smith was driving to the basket, and she's going to go to the line for 2. That was Emma Rosenbaum. That's her third foul. Emma Kazajanski quickly comes to the scorer's table to replace Emma Rosenbaum.
First from Smith is good. As Coach Gibbs is going to look to keep this game within reach as they approach the halftime. There's 2.5 left in the second.
Addie Smith knocks the second one down. She has 6 points, 4 for 4 at the line. BG up by 8 here. And the full court trap is on again. This time they call a blocking foul as Morgan tries to dribble up the sideline.
She'll go to the line again in that 1-and-1.
Another foul on Paquette, her second. This is Brooke. Her sister Brenna is also on the team. Addie Smith also has a sister on this team, Molly. So Morgan's at the line for another 1-and-1. It's off the back iron. And O'Connell gets the rebound for BG. Here comes Addie Smith. Pass to Paquette. She fakes the three, gets into the lane, and scores on a drive.
The C's parted there for Paquette. Little fake to her left. Came back with a dribble to the right. The defense was scrambling, checking up on jump shooters. Paquette was free to go to the basket and finished well.
Sydney Grogan with the drive. Just rattles out.
Ooh, travel.
That was Brenna Paquette. She got the rebound for BG, but then traveled. So Bedford will have it here down 10, 2:04 to play in the first half. Jonas checks back in for Kazajanski. Allie Morgan set to inbound it. She gets it into King on the right wing. Dribbles into the paint with her left. Short runner, no good. Rebound to Addie Smith. And BG pushes quickly. Isabella King knocks it out of bounds.
Hustling back after the missed shot, got her left paw in the way. Prevented an easy bucket by BG. It's a 10-point lead here with 1:53 left in the second quarter.
Maisie Barker inbounding for BG. Her pass for Smith is too high.
Ooh,
and she bobbles it into the backcourt. That'll be a turnover. Jonas will inbound from the far side at half court. BG making Bedford work for everything, including the inbounds pass. They get it to Pennick. Now Grogan has it. Dribbling with her right. Jonas in the right corner.
Good cut, missed her.
Missed King on the cut.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that, Andrew. They are making Bedford work as hard as possible for every possession here, for every open look. You know, they're extending their defense, whether it's trap or, you know, a tight man-to-man. They're really hassling the Bedford Bulldogs, and these turnovers are piling up.
Marina Braga checks in for Sydney Grogan. Minute and a half to play here in the first half. Bedford in the half-court zone. Wilcox has it on the baseline. Over to Barker for three from the far corner, and it's good. So BG pushes the lead to 13. Morgan trying to break the press. Ball stolen from behind by Wilcox. Pull-up jumper at the elbow is off. Fight for the rebound. It gets tipped to Bedford, and Pennick fouled on the drive. Took a hard spill under the basket. Looked like she may have banged her head on the floor, but she's acting like she's all right. Walking briskly to the free throw line.
I'm not sure if the referees saw that or not, but anytime there's a potential head injury, they're going to check it out. But she's shaking it off pretty quickly. Seems to not have bothered her too much.
Yeah, she was right on the mark there on that first free throw. As Muchamore checks back in for Barker.
It's a nice breakout by Catherine Pennick. Got her hand up, called for the ball in the transition game, and made a nice catch. Can't convert on the second free throw, though.
Addie Smith gets it to Muchamore. Across the way to Wilcox on the left wing. Her driving shot is no good. Here comes King. Into the paint, gets to her left.
Good stutter step.
Scoop is good. Isabella King now in double figures. She has 10, but Bedford is down by 10. 40 seconds to play here in the first half. And Morgan tips it and gets the steal. Pulls up for three.
Ooh.
In and out. And ball goes into the BG bench.
Tough call by the ref there. That looked like it was off the BG player. Isabel King with that little stutter step the last time down. Change of pace. Was able to finish with that left. So 10-point game with 25 seconds left here in the second.
Bedford going man-to-man now in the half court. Smith had picked up her dribble. She gets it over to Erin Carney. BG in no hurry. 12 seconds to go now in the first half. Muchamore works it back towards half court. 8 seconds to go. She drives to her left, gets into the paint. Runner is no good. Morgan with the rebound. 4 seconds on the clock. Ball stolen away by Muchmore.
That's a tough one.
And she gets a layup just ahead of the buzzer. That one is going to count. And it increases BG's lead to 12 after the first half of action here. The Cardinals lead the Bulldogs 36-24. And the players are set to start third quarter action. Jonas inbounds it to Morgan. Bedford traveling left to right on your radio dial in their home whites. BG playing half-court man-to-man. Morgan gets it to Isabella King at the top of the key. She drives to her left, gets to the hole, and there's a charge called. And it was Bree Wilcox who drew the charge.
It's good help defense. Isabella King was driving hard left hand, beat her player, but Wilcox came over, got into good defensive position and drew that charge on King.
Bedford playing half-court man-to-man to start the third quarter as well. Addie Smith has it at the top. Finds O'Connell on the right wing. BG traveling right to left. Wilcox drives to the block. Her shot is short, and Morgan gets fouled after the rebound.
Aaron Carney's going to pick that one up here early in the third quarter. So we'll have to keep an eye on foul situations as well as the early bonus.
BG did commit 9 fouls in the first half, so that could become a bit of an issue. That's only Carney's first, though. Morgan drives it into the corner, kicks it back out to Jonas on the left wing. She gets it up top to Mumpini. Mumpini drives to her right, back to Jonas, and there's another charge. As Mumpini was passing it over to Jonas, she connected with a BG defender and got called for the charge.
Yeah, that was Hannah Muchmore again. Slid over into good defensive position. It looked like she might have been a little far under the basket, but still the refs thought that Mumpini was out of control and called that charge.
Carney drives to her right. Her scoop is short. Mumpini with the rebound up to King. She's got some open floor. Pull up at the free throw line, no good. Wilcox with the rebound, quickly back the other way. Gets it to O'Connell on the left wing. Bounce pass to Smith on the right block, no good. Ball tipped out by Jonas. BG will have it under the basket. Just getting going here in the third quarter. No score yet in this half. BG still has a 12-point lead. Muchmore looking to inbound it. Finally gets it up top to Addie Smith. She crosses over to her left against Jonas. Jonas blocks the pass out of bounds. She has been strong defensively under the basket for Bedford.
Amanda anticipated that pass, got both mittens up there and blocked it out of bounds. So good shuffling her feet, got a nice hand in the passing lane.
Carney has it up top, watched by Mumpini. She crosses over, gets into the paint. Underhand scoop with the right is good. Erin Carney now in double figures with 11. She leads BG in scoring. King leads Bedford in scoring with 10. King gets it to Mumpini. They break the press, but the pass cross court to Rosenbaum is just out of her reach. Another turnover for the Bulldogs.
They got what they wanted. They got into that 2-on-1 situation, but an errant pass out of bounds led to another Bedford turnover and back to BG.
BG going with the 1-4 set here.
Good step by Jonas.
Addie Smith with the long three. It's good.
Deep. I said good step by Jonas, but she left Addie Smith open for that long three-pointer, and she buried it. Hedged a little bit to help on the drive, but maybe Jonas didn't know Addison Smith had that kind of range. I sure didn't.
So we've got a stoppage here with 6:01 to play as Bedford called timeout. It is a 17-point game now, 41-24. And BG just scored a quick 5 there, just like they did at the beginning of the second quarter. It was tied at 15. They quickly got it to 20-15. Before you knew it, it was about a 10-point game. And now they just pushed it from 12 to 17 in a matter of seconds with that long three from Addie Smith.
Yeah, Coach Creek, I can hear him in the huddle right now. He's really excited about his team's defense. He drew 2 charges, again, creating that frantic and hectic situation on the Bedford offense, getting the turnovers that they're looking for, and easy buckets on the other end.
Wise move from Coach Gibbs to call timeout there and get the crew focused here and probably remind them of the messages he tried to impart at halftime.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of offense they come out with. It looked like Isabella King was trying to be a little more aggressive on the offensive end, driving hard. Of course, she drew that charge. However, she's being more aggressive and looking for her scoring.
If you missed the first half, King had 10 in the first half to pace Bedford. Morgan had 6. Rosenbaum had 5. Jonas had 2, and Pennick had 1. And there's another turnover. Steal by Bree Wilcox. Quick drive, she scores on the left, and there's a foul on Mumpini. So we've got an and one opportunity for Bree Wilcox.
Bit of a touch foul there. I'm actually in Safia Mumpini's court here. That looked like a really soft call. She had her hand out, but you know, that's a kind of a touch call.
Wilcox converts the three-point play. She now has 9, and BG has extended the lead to 20. Jonas gets it to Mumpini. Pass into the middle, deflected by Muchamore. Addie Smith comes up with it, another turnover. Now
Steal.
King steals it, and she quickly scores.
Heads up play, Isabella King stepped into the passing lane. She anticipated it coming back to the middle, picked the pass, and got the easy bucket.
Muchmore driving to the right in the half court. They swing it around the perimeter. Addie Smith drives into the paint. Little runner is in and out. Rebound ends up in the hands of Mumpini. Now Jonas hands it off to Morgan. She calls out the play. Bedford trailing by 18 here. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Morgan, backdoor bounce pass to King. Her runner is short. And now ball is taken away by Muchmore. She dribbles across the timeline with her left, gets it to Wilcox at the top of the key. O'Connell in the far corner. Back up top to Addie Smith. Now Wilcox has it on the right wing. Working against Jonas. Step back, jumper is good.
Little Dirk Nowitzki coming out, got the knee high in front of her. A little fadeaway there. Good finish.
Ball deflected on the full court press again, and Muchmore picks it up.
These turnovers are killing Bedford, but that's a nice steal by Morgan.
She gets one back for Bedford. Righty scoop is in off the glass. So Allie Morgan now has 8, but the lead is 18 for BG. Addie Smith drives into the paint, kicks it out to Muchmore. Now she uses the pick from Smith. Over to O'Connell on the far wing. Back up top to Muchmore. Now Carney on the left wing. Crossover to her left. Lefty layup is no good. Addie Smith with the rebound. Gets it back out to Carney. Now Muchmore at the top of the key. Watched by Morgan.
Hustle play right there by Smith, giving the offense a second chance.
Addie Smith misses a corner three there. Jonas with the rebound. Here comes Morgan in transition. Through the legs. Kicks it back out to Jonas. Now she hands it back to Morgan. 3.5 to play here in the third quarter. Bedford down by 18. Nice behind the back dribble by Isabella King. She pulls it back out. Now Morgan looking for an opportunity. She lobs it into King. And there's a blocking foul.
Looks like Bree Wilcox is going to get that one.
You are correct. That's her third. She didn't give King any room to land.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the ref, though, right? So she needs to give King some room to land, but, you know, she was in pretty good position, so that's almost a 50-50 call for the ref.
Bedford got the benefit on that one. Now they inbound it to King. She gets it to Rosenbaum. Now Morgan in the left corner. Can't get her three off. Now she dribbles, kicks it back out to King. Through the legs to her left. Gets it knocked away, recovers it. And her shot is knocked out of bounds under the basket. 3:03 to play here in the third. Bedford trailing BG by 18, 46-28. Morgan gets it in to King in the top of the key. Now Morgan on the left wing. Dribbling to her left, a little baseline runner is long. Rebounded by Megan Stack.
BG defense again, making every shot tough.
Pass ahead to Paquette. She drives, her floater is long. She gets it back. That's Brooke Paquette. Now Carney holding it up top. Stutter step. Backs it up for a three. Off to the right. Jonas with the rebound. Now King has some space. Gets into the lane. We've got a foul, a whistle. The referees are looking at each other.
That's going to be on Brooke Paquette. Blocking.
And that's her third.
Coach Gibbs might argue that that was in the shooting motion for Isabella King, but it's going to be on the floor, and Bedford will take it out of bounds under the basket.
Jonas gets that inbounds pass, gets it back to Morgan. She's fouled in the paint. And that's the second foul on Erin Carney.
4th team foul, though, so let's keep an eye on the 1-on-1 situation for Bishop Girton.
Morgan set to inbound again to the far corner. Rosenbaum for 3. It looks like it's deflected. And BG gets it, and then there's a foul on Bedford.
Amanda Jonas will pick up her 3rd. And that's also Bedford's 4th team foul. So the aggressive defense is good. It's causing turnovers, but the fouls are starting to pile up on both teams.
Jonas and Rosenbaum both have 3 fouls for Bedford. BG working in the half court. They get it into the paint. Nice block there on Stack. It was Jonas. Now Morgan in transition to King for 3 on the right wing. It's good.
That's a spark they're going to look for here. They're going to need something on the offensive end to start scrapping back into this game.
Isabella King with 15 now, but Bedford down by 15. Runner from Wilcox is short. Here comes Morgan to Mompini on the left wing in transition. She trips as she is going into the paint, and they're going to call it travel. Hard to tell there if she got tripped up or tripped herself.
Yeah, it looked like an awkward play. She got tangled with, couldn't quite tell which BG player it was there, but they went down in a heap, and the travel was called for another turnover.
Pennick and Grogan are in for the Bulldogs.
You know, it was 18 for a little while. Bedford has it back to 15. If they can get it back within that double digits range to single digits, they might have a shot here in the end of the 3rd or into the 4th.
This is Molly Smith on the left wing for BG. She gets it to Stack in the corner. Now back up to Addie Smith, guarded by Rosenbaum. Crossover, spin, backs her down, passes to her sister in the corner. And baseline pass is out of the reach of Stack. It'll be a turnover. Bedford has it now, down by 15. 1:15 to play in the 3rd quarter. 3-quarter court zone this time by BG. And Bedford slowly breaks the press. Pennick gets it back to Morgan.
See, that's the patience that Coach Gibbs wants. He wants you to survey the floor, find the open player, make some cuts, break that press like you know how. Here's another turnover, though.
Muchmore steals it from Grogan, gets it ahead to Smith, and her runner's no good. That was Molly Smith. Jonas in transition now, hands it off to Morgan. Long 3, it's good.
Got it.
Allie Morgan with her 2nd 3-pointer. Now she has 11.
2 threes in a row by the Bulldogs, and Coach Creek wants a timeout as it's back to 12.
Nice little run. Bedford hitting from long range. Big 3-pointers from King and Morgan. And all of a sudden we've got more of a ball game here. 36 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Bedford has cut the lead to 12. And Bedford going to try and take advantage of this momentum.
Yeah, they're going to need their 2 scorers to keep scoring like they have. So Allie Morgan with 5 and Isabella King with 5 as we close out the 3rd quarter here. And I'm sorry, that's 5 in the 2nd half here.
Right. 15 total for King.
Yeah, there you go.
11 for Morgan.
But there, Coach Gibbs is going to look for that spark. He needs something happening on that offensive side. More aggressive play to the basket. Possibly a 2-man game here, depending on that pressure defense. Get some pick and roll, get some offside, off-ball cutting. See if they can keep that scoring going.
Paquette gets it into Muchmore. Bedford in the half-court man. Muchmore drives to the paint, and she's called for a charge. Sydney Grogan drew that one. And that was a big play as Bedford can now try to cut the lead to 10 here.
That was a quick first step. She got by, but Sydney Grogan slid over in that help defense, drew the charge.
Bedford breaks the press. King has it in the on the right wing. 20 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Morgan for 3. It's good. Back-to-back threes from Allie Morgan, and we've got a 9-point game here late in the 3rd quarter. 10 seconds to go. Now 7. Carney gets it into the paint to Addie Smith. Kicks it out to Paquette. Driving into the lane. Runner no good.
Ooh.
And there's a foul underneath. Megan Stack got the offensive rebound and got fouled on the putback attempt. That's going to be Amanda Jonas's 4th. And Megan Stack will go to the line for 2.
So Pennick's going to check in for Jonas as she picked up her 4th, like you mentioned. They're going to need her senior leadership on the floor in the 4th quarter. So that's a tough foul to pick up as we close out the 3rd.
Megan Stack misses this time. She was 2 for 2 at the line before that shot. Pennick indeed checks in for Jonas. Only 0.5 seconds on the clock here. 9-point game. Stack attempts the second free throw. That's also long. Pennick with the rebound, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. So Bedford with a nice little run there to end the 3rd. It's 46-37, Corey, after 3.
Yeah, we touched on that with, I don't know, what, 3 minutes left. We said, hey, if they can get it back down to 9 points, you're going to give yourself a chance in the 4th quarter. Guess what? It's 9 points. And they're giving themselves a shot in the 4th quarter.
That's only 3 3-pointers.
That's it. And we saw them come in bunches as Isabella King hit 1 and Allie Morgan hit 2 in that 3rd quarter. That's the 3 3-pointers you're talking about right there. And all of a sudden we have a little bit of a game. We'll see if the adjustments come from BG, if they extend their defense, if they change anything on offense. See if Bedford makes any more adjustments on offense themselves. But we have a game.
It's going to be exciting here. And in terms of upcoming broadcasts, we are going to have a boys hockey broadcast against BG. That's this upcoming Wednesday the 8th at 7:15. And then next Friday, the boys basketball team will host Wyndham. That'll tip off at 6:30 right here on BCTV and Bedford 105.1.
You mentioned it earlier. I know the BCTV staff is really excited about the HD channel coming now on Comcast 1072. So make sure you dial in there. Again, welcome to our Nashua viewers on ETV. It's been a pretty good basketball game. Again, it got a little bit away from the Bedford Bulldogs there in the 2nd quarter, but they scrapped back a bit. Now they're heading into the 4th, giving themselves a shot to come back here.
We've got 8 minutes of action here between these two Division I powers. BG is going to inbound and go right to left here on your radio dial for the 4th quarter. Aaron Carney has it.
Man-to-man defense by Bedford. 2 high posts, the twin towers there on the elbows.
Addie Smith calling for it in the left block. She doesn't get it. Now it's Brooke Paquette at the top of the key, watched by Rosenbaum.
Taking a very deliberate approach to their offense. They want to get a good shot here, but she travels. Unfortunately, Megan Stack takes extra steps, and that's a turnover, giving Bedford the ball.
Quick substitutions here by BG as O'Connell and Wilcox check back in for the full court press. It's a 1-2-2. Bedford gets it to the middle of the court, and Morgan, she lobs it ahead to Mompini on the left wing. She's got some room, tries to get it to Pennick, and it bounces out on the baseline.
For yet another turnover.
So BG again with a chance to get back into a double-figure lead here, double-digit lead. They're ahead by 9, 7:20 to play in the 4th quarter. Dribble handoff to O'Connell. Wilcox gets it to Muchmore on the left wing. Addie Smith now at the top. Wilcox on the right wing. BG in no hurry right now offensively. Carney has it on the right wing. Now Wilcox.
It's already a minute gone in this 4th quarter as BG's being very deliberate on offense. Bree Wilcox makes a great left-handed drive, finishes with that left at the rim.
She now has 13 to lead BG.
And a steal on the other end for her.
Pennick tried to get it to Morgan. It was knocked away. Now BG in transition and ball knocked out of bounds.
Ooh.
Looked like some indecision there, but the call is going to go in favor of BG.
And that's the right call. Looked like Allie Morgan got her hand in, pulled it down, and went off her foot out of bounds.
Now BG ahead by 11. 6.5 to play. Muchmore 3, top of the key, no. Mompini with the rebound. And she dribbles across half court, gets it to Morgan on the left wing. She drives to her left, looks for Pennick at the elbow. It's knocked away by Smith. Carney now passes ahead to Wilcox by the left block. Her shot is long, and Morgan has it. She comes across half court, gets it to King on the right wing. Wide open 3, just short. And now Carney has it for the Cardinals. She drives to her left, misses the layup, and Morgan couldn't get her feet back in bounds before she grabbed that rebound. It'll be BG ball.
That's exactly right. Morgan had overrun the play. She was out of bounds. Was coming back in for that rebound, but had not yet established position, so that's going to be out of bounds off of her and BG ball.
O'Connell has it in the far right corner.
Ooh.
Addie Smith now top of the key. And there's a reach-in foul on Allie Morgan.
Ooh, tough call there.
That's only her first. And BG will take it out on the far side. It's much more. She gets it to Addie Smith. Pulls it out for a three-pointer.
Wow.
That one's good. That is the second time she's made a step-back three. And BG leads by 14.
Just a good broad range there for Addie Smith. Little step back a la James Harden. Made a little space for herself. And nothing but net for her.
The only difference is that she shot it right-handed. So reach-in foul there on Bree Wilcox is her fourth. And now an inbounds pass to King at the left block, and she's fouled on the shot. That's going to be Hannah Muchmore's third foul. And Isabella King's going to go to the line.
We talked about those mini runs, so Bedford had it back within 9. BG went on a little 5-point run there, so it's 14 now 13 as Isabella King knocks down the first of 2.
She's 2 for 2 at the line today. She's made 2 threes, 16 points in total to lead the Bulldogs. Morgan has 14. Second free throw is also good. So now the lead is down to 12. 5.5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Wilcox has it for BG. She dribbles to her left into the paint. No good. King with the rebound. As she pushes, she's dealing with a double team and ball's deflected. BG with the steal. Paquette ahead to Wilcox and she scores.
Turnover to easy deuce. That's what BG's been looking for all game and getting it frequently.
Mumpini skips it over to Rosenbaum. Bedford breaks the press this time. Now Morgan settles the offense. Bedford down by 14 here with 5 minutes to go. Shaking and baking, she gets to her left. Step back three by Morgan. High arcing shot. Not this time. Paquette with the rebound. Now Carney has it on the right wing. Long two is good.
Transition again, open shot, knocked it down. Aaron Carney, good 10 to 12 foot jumper right there in that mid-range. Nothing but net.
Lead all of a sudden back to 16. Rosenbaum mid-range jumper, that one's good. We've got a delay of game warning issued against Bedford.
Yeah, King touching the ball as it came through the net, not giving BG a chance to get back into their transition offense. So another one of those will be a technical foul on the Bedford Bulldogs after that warning.
14-point game. Carney gets to her left and scores with the left. She now has 15 points. Long inbound pass from Jonas to Rosenbaum at half court. Rosenbaum over to King on the right wing. Looking for some room, doesn't have it, gets it to Rosenbaum. Now back to King, and there's a foul called on the pass.
She's going to go to the line for 1-and-1 as Paquette picked up her fourth on the cut as Isabella King was diving down the lane. Got hit on the arm before the shot, so she's going to have a 1-and-1. They're in the bonus with 4 minutes left in the fourth.
Brooke Paquette checking out with those 4 fouls, replaced by Brenna Paquette, her sister. Isabella King misses, and Paquette with the rebound. King looking to steal it right back. It is knocked loose, but Wilcox comes up with it. She gets it to Addie Smith into the paint. Righty scoop, no good. Morgan has it. Bedford needs to score almost every time now. They're down by 16 with only 3:40 to play. And pass to Mumpini goes out of bounds. A little miscommunication there by the Bulldogs.
And you're right, time is getting short here with 3:35 left in the fourth, 16-point deficit. They can't afford those easy turnovers there. As you mentioned, they're going to need to score on every possession.
Aaron Carney walks it up for BG. She's got 15. She gets it to number 15, Addie Smith. Now it's Barker in the left corner. Back up top to Carney. She dribbles left. Now
Well, she
Addie
can hit
Smith,
that.
top of the key. That three is short. Wilcox with the rebound, though.
On the left again.
Nice play there by Bree Wilcox to quickly score after that offensive rebound. And BG calls timeout. They've extended their lead to 18. It's 59-41 with 3:12 to play.
And Bree Wilcox is killing them here on the second half. She has 11 points all over the place on offense, defense, left hand, right hand, hassling the offensive players on the Bedford end. She's really played quite well in the second here.
She really has, and it's a lot of hustle plays. She's been very aggressive, determined, and successful.
The senior from Londonderry, putting her stamp on the second half here.
Well, Bedford put their stamp on the end of the third quarter and made this game very interesting going into the fourth, getting the lead back under double digits. But a couple spurts here by BG combined with a few more turnovers, and lead is back at 16.
Yeah, that aggressive defense is going to create little runs, and those little runs can sometimes get to be big runs. It can be 3, 5, 7 points, and then all of a sudden you look up and it's an 18-point game. Right now it's 16, 3:12 left, and they're coming back into their full court pressure.
Jonas to inbound it. King gets tripped up, no whistle.
It's full court man here though instead of a trap, and there's still yet another turnover.
Bounce pass for Morgan, just out of reach. It goes out of bounds on the sideline, but it wasn't touched, so BG will take it under the basket. Still 3:12 on the clock. Addie Smith gets it into Barker in the far corner. Addie Smith, top of the key. Ooh. Three is off.
It's gonna be a foul.
Isabella King fouled on the rebound, and that's going to be 5 on Wilcox.
I thought I had her for 4, so she's going to stay in the game. But Isabella King, a normally sure foul shooter, missed her last one, but she'll go to the line for a 1-and-1.
King with 17 points to lead the Bulldogs. She makes the first this time. As Aria O'Connell checks back in for Bree Wilcox. King set for her second free throw. It's also good. So King now with 18. Bedford down by 14 here. 3 minutes to go. Bedford needing to force some turnovers. Carney drives, misses the shot. Emma Rosenbaum has it. And a lot of space. She gets it up to the three-point line. Now Jonas has it in the right corner. Nice nifty pass over to Mumpini. Her jumper is long. Here comes BG. It's Addie Smith driving past Jonas.
Ooh,
and at the last second, there's a whistle.
That's Jonas's 5th. She's going to be out of the game there.
Catherine Pennick hops off the bench. She will replace senior captain Amanda Jonas.
A tough game for Jonas. She was making the hustle plays, only scored 2 points. She was battling all night with some of their BG's tall players, fighting for rebounds, trying to play as much defense as possible. But she picks up her 5th, and she'll head to the bench.
Addie Smith was 4 for 4 at the line to start the night. She missed that one. That one, second one is good, so 5 of 6. She has 13. BG ahead by 15. Mumpini works it to half court, finds Rosenbaum in the right wing, and there's a reach-in foul on Erin Carney, her 3rd.
And Rosenbaum will go to the line. And in the double bonus, so she'll shoot 2.
Rosenbaum, who came out strong for Bedford, scoring 5 early, is up to 7 points on the night. This is her first free throw attempt. It goes in and out. Bedford trailing by 15 here, late in the fourth. Second free throw is short. And Addie Smith comes up with another rebound. Now Carney gets it into the corner to Brenna Paquette. Back to Carney. They work it around the perimeter. Addie Smith with a spin move. Gets it to Barker. Now Paquette, her three, no good. Morgan with the rebound. She's pushing it and stolen from behind by Carney. No one told her she was coming. 2 minutes to play now in the fourth quarter. BG leads Bedford by 15. It's O'Connell dribbling to the top, over to Brenna Paquette. Cutter is Carney, and she's fouled on the shot attempt by Morgan. Second foul on Morgan.
Looks like Sydney Suazo is getting ready to check in for the Bulldogs.
Meanwhile, Carney at the line. She gets the roll on her first free throw of the night. She now has 16 points. And Suazo checks in for Rosenbaum. Second free throw coming from Erin Carney. That one's off to the left. Rebound goes to Pennick, and she hands it off to Allie Morgan. 16-point game. Morgan gets it to Pennick. Nice drive on the baseline. She's fouled on the head, and she'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, Coach Gibbs was calling an open situation there. He wanted Allie Morgan to take Barker, I believe, one-on-one. And Catherine Pennick, excellent cut along the baseline as her defensive player was caught napping, as she knocks down her first of two. But again, as you mentioned, there's only 1:35 left, and they're going to need something special to happen here in those 95 seconds in order to come back.
Pennick spins it. Second shot, long and right. King battling for the rebound, and it deflects off of her. Looked like the right call from this angle.
Yeah, the crowd there didn't like it, but that seemed to me like the right call as Isabella King made that final tip.
Morgan.
Coach Gibbs takes out his starters, and I think that's the final white flag in the last 92 seconds.
Yep, Kazajanski and Grogan check in for Morgan and King. As we're under a minute and a half to go here. O'Connell has it, watched by Marina Braga. Drive into the paint, and the runner is good from Barker. She now has 5. Grogan gets it up to Kazajanski, driving hard to her right, spin move. Shot attempt no good. Addie Smith comes up with the rebound, and her pass deflects off of Carney, out of bounds. It'll be Bedford ball. 1 minute to play here in the fourth quarter. BG leading by 17. Sydney Suazo crosses it over at half court. And the second crossover is taken away by Carney. She misses the layup. Suazo fights for the rebound. O'Connell comes up with it. BG kicks it out. Addie Smith has it. She gets it over to Barker. Now Paquette gets it to Carney. Addie Smith again.
Yeah, 35 seconds left. I'm not sure BG's going to take another shot. They're going to try to bleed this clock out unless they get a wide open layup.
Bedford playing hard defense right till the final whistle here. 20 seconds to play now. Coach Gibbs encouraging Bedford to make a statement here with this defensive effort, despite the 17-point deficit. And finally, we have a whistle. We've got a foul on Kazajanski.
And BG's in the bonus too, so what's that? Paquette is going to go to the line for a 1-and-1.
This is Brenna, number 22, our first trip to the line. 3 dribbles and up, it's good. So Brenna Paquette on the scoreboard. BG up 64-46 now. 12.9 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Second free throw is also good. Sydney Grogan passes to Pennick in the middle. Now Grogan has it. Bedford looking for one more shot attempt. Grogan gets to the rim. Layup is short. BG comes away with the rebound, and that's going to do it. BG wins 65-46. They move to 3-0 on the season. Bedford falls to 1-1.
They got a little bit of away from the Bulldogs there at the end. As Coach Gibbs pulled his starters, you know, probably more like a 13 or 15 point game instead of the almost 20 that the scoreboard shows. But BG was athletic. They played strong defense throughout the game. And, they come away from a tough game with a 19-point win.
Yeah, Bedford had it tied after 1 quarter, and then BG slowly took control of the game after that, taking advantage of those turnovers. We're going to get you some stats here. On the Bedford side, Isabella King finished with 18 to lead all scorers. Allie Morgan finished with 14. Emma Rosenbaum had 7. Catherine Pennick had 2, and Amanda Jonas had 2. Over on the BG side, Bree Wilcox led the team with 17. Erin Carney had 16. The other Cardinal in double figures was Addie Smith with 13. Hannah Muchmore had 7. Maisie Barker had 5. Brenna Paquette had 2. Megan Stack had 2. Aria O'Connell had 1. Did I get all those, Corey?
I think so. Keeping track there. Nice job. Honestly, Erin Carney, Addie Smith, Bree Wilcox, 3 right there that caused havoc for Bedford all game, both on the offensive side and the defensive side. And we talked about it a little bit earlier, those 2 step-back threes from Addie Smith showing some really nice range. Bree Wilcox getting to the rim all game. Tough team to play against, especially with their athleticism on the defensive side. Full court pressure. They're in that 2-2-1 or 3-2-1, 3-1-1 full court press.
It probably felt like a 3-2-1 at times.
It did, honestly. It felt like they had 6 players out there with the number of turnovers they were causing. Getting back to the other side with a lot of easy points based on those turnovers. And BG's going to be tough for the rest of the season here.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they were 21-0 last season, and they've got 5 senior starters out there tonight. So this was a real strong test for Bedford here early in the season. And we know that Coach Gibbs had the team practicing all week against various zone looks, full court, half court. But there's no substitute for seeing it in the flesh.
Absolutely, and that additional composure when you're breaking the press comes with seeing it more and more. And they saw a really good test here with BG. In many cases, they failed that test, but more to work on. They'll gel throughout the rest of the season, and perhaps they'll meet them again in the playoffs.
Well, we thank you again for joining us here on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. We also want to thank our viewers from Nashua on ETV. In terms of upcoming broadcasts, we've got hockey on Wednesday. We've got boys basketball next Friday. And looking for some more information here. Harry will get back to us on that. We do want to thank our producers here, Harry Kozlowski manning the Bedford 105.1 signal, George Cox and Bill Jennings running the BCTV signal. Any more information, Harry, before we sign off? So just to give you the times on those upcoming broadcasts, the boys hockey game, again, is going to be against BG on Wednesday at 7:15. And then the boys basketball will tip off next Friday the 10th at 6:30. So on that final note, it was a 65-46 final here. BG victorious over Bedford. Thank you for joining us, and look forward to seeing you again soon here on BCTV and Bedford 105.1.